Welcome back to Are You Smarter Than an LCS Caster? We're continuing on with Golden Guardians. All right, next two people we're starting for the next category. The category is skins.
Okay.
Mark, I hope this one's about starters.
Yeah. Which champion has the most skins?
Lux.
No. Goes to the whole team.
I think it's that one, bro.
Yeah.
Our guess is Ezreal, Mark.
Wrong.
Oh, then
It is a marksman. It is a marksman. It goes to you guys.
Yeah, but it comes up.
Yeah, it goes to them. Yeah,
But we
take
can
your time.
think about it.
Yeah,
take
you
our time.
have like
Yeah, yeah.
5, 10, 20 seconds. I don't
But
know.
like, so we have to say answer and then give it to you, right?
Yeah,
So like,
that's-
if I say something like Ash, it doesn't count. But I
I'm,
can
no, don't play this.
Bro, what are you trying to do here?
James, Ash,
No,
Taylor.
okay, you guys are wrong. Back over to here. You can just, you don't need to come, you can just say,
is it still his?
no, you guys can just.
We are guessing Ash, Mark.
Wrong.
Okay.
Really?
It's a marksman. It is a female champion.
Caitlyn.
No.
Misfortune.
Misfortune. She's got 19 skins.
19. Really?
Yeah.
What?
Next two are up.
All right. Get back up there.
Similar line of question. There are 3 champions who only have 1 skin. Name one of those champions. You want to go?
Millia.
Yes, Millions. There's 2 others. I'll give you as many points as you can get right. 2 more. Don't look at your team.
I can't look at them?
No, you're still alone. You're still answering by yourself.
Oh my god. Belvis?
Belveth is another.
Oh my god.
One more.
Millia, Belvis.
5, 4,
Oh my god.
3, 2, 1. All right, it's still pretty good. All right, going over the whole enemy team over here.
Point of inquiry. Do prestige editions of skins count as an additional skin, or are they included?
You want? I don't. I actually know. This was based off the wiki. 3 champs with 1 skin. I don't know, man. But we can go to you.
Something.
Wrong.
Well, prestige counts then. Thank you for my clarification, Mark.
You figured it out. It's a female champion. She's pretty new. She plays in the bot lane. She existed for like 3 games. Berserker played her.
Nyla.
Nyla!
She has a Sarah Moon skin.
She has the star.
Yeah, she has Star Guardian and
Guardian.
It said 1 on the site. I don't know.
Just blame the site. It's not
I-
Mark.
It's not the host.
Sailor Moon was actually her release skin, so that is the only one. I may have sabotaged the team.
I knew it.
Guys, that was my bad. I have griefed.
There's one more question in this category.
Oh, yeah, now Gabby's actually here.
Oh boy. All right. Ultimate skins.
Okay.
You know, like Gun Goddess MF, those kinds of things. How many ultimate skins are in the game? Go ahead and guess.
8.
Too high. Going over to you guys.
5?
Too high.
Oh.
Or too low. Excuse me. Too low. Too low.
6.
6 is correct. Yes. There's Udyr, MF, Ezreal,
Lux,
Sona.
Who's the 6th one?
I can't remember now.
Whatever the 6th one is, must not be memorable.
That's it for this round. We'll see if Golden Guardians can make up the difference later on in the broadcast.
Let's talk about Immortals. They had a strong start to the split. They beat Dignitas in 27 minutes, and then had a massive comeback win against Energy. Off-season acquisitions of Treatz and Solo, as well as keeping Bolulu, Kenvi, and Tactical from Spring, seemed like moves that were going to pay off for Immortals. Since those 2 wins, though, things have been rough. Immortals currently sport a 9-game losing streak, the longest streak of this year in the LCS for any team. And losing is hard. It's also hard to identify what's wrong while you're losing. All it takes is for one thing to be off. And things often snowball from there until the season becomes completely unsalvageable. First, they lost in 21 minutes to Team Liquid. That could have shaken their confidence in laning. Then the next week, they lost to 100 Thieves in a 36-minute game, which adds doubt to their late-game decision-making. Now, they can't seem to make anything work. They are down an average of 2,665 gold to 15, which is worst in the league, and no matter what they try, they can't stop the bleeding come mid and late game. Bolulu has defaulted back to his comfort picks with recent losses on Vel'Koz and Zoe. Kenvi looks like he doesn't have strong lanes to play for, and also never gets to play his signature Kinger thanks to other teams banning it every game. To top it off, Treatz is trying to force engagements even though they are consistently in losing situations. Even if it started with this one thing, everything is piled on to make this a disaster.
So, you know, I got one of the producers in my ear telling me that the chat segment before this 3rd game was gonna be a little weird. And I still don't know what I just watched, man.
He's hinting. I don't know.
I guess.
Are we on drugs right now?
Dude, I don't know what's going on. I got this Martian man, alien, space dude shirt.
Yeah, there we go.
We're ready to vibe here
Martian
for game number 3. Welcome, everybody. I'm Captainflowers. That's Kobe. That's C9, and that's Immortals. Jat just told you, Immortals on a bit of a slide right now, and it's starting to look like a pretty steep angle, and they got their work cut out for them going up against C9.
So that slide is 9 losses long, Flowers. Ooh. We are on a 9-game loss streak for Immortals. Actually, gonna be hard to turn this one around versus Cloud9 as well. Definitely a very difficult opponent in front of them. So 10 is on the horizon. Love the Blaber signs as always. They did ban Milio out, and that's partially due to Blaber and his affinity, you know, for playing Kindred. Cloud9, of course, they're going to cover the Kindred ban themselves because of Kenvi.
Right.
The Kindred and Graves, the 2 champions that people do still associate with Kenvi.
Let Zven cast. Well, hey, fun
yeah,
fact,
get him up here.
Depending on who wins this game, if C9 wins this one, he's casting with us for game 4. So there's your update on that one. So if you want Zven up here, you're cheering for C9 to win the game. Let's go ahead and see how the draft looks, because it's Jace, Milio, LeBlanc, Kindred, Tristana, and Vel'Koz all banned away. You already mentioned Kindred's a target ban against Kenvi. Vel'Koz, obviously a target ban against Bolulu, because nobody else in North America plays that champion.
And I like this approach from Cloud9. Usually on red side, you're pinned into those must-ban champions, you know, like the Neeko here that does get let through. But because they're against Immortals, all they're really scared of are those pocket picks of these players. Bolulu, the Vel'Koz, and the Zoe that the team has let him get back to very recently from the Fudge SoundCloud. I'm willing to listen to that as long as track number 1 is not about Renekton. The perma pick for Fudge recently, he's giving some input onto the draft right now as they hover Kenvi's other champion we were talking about. There it is. Track number 1. I knew it was going to be true, Flowers.
Dude, it's just going to be called Get Me Out, parentheses, Renekton Remix. Fudge's debut track,
Fury of the Sands.
Yes. Well, we got the Renekton. We got Sejuani picked up next to it. The 1-2 punch, the wombo combo in the jungle in the top lane for the meatball front line. Stock standard stuff. Back in Immortals, what's it going to be? It's Viego in the jungle.
All right, Viego for Kenvi. He always likes getting really aggressive with those invades. The Viego-Neeko duo is a pretty strong mid-jungle duo. Maybe Immortals can cook something up to get an end to their huge loss streak they've been building here. What do they want to round it out with? Bottom lane is left open here, so they're going to double down a little bit more dive here, Flowers. Neeko's always amazing in dive comps. Yeah. So they want to get that Kai'Sa early before the next round of bans come in. And Kai'Sa actually has so many viable partners now with all the buffs to engage supports. It's not just Nautilus. You have Rakan options, you even have Leona options, you have all kinds of engaged supports. Rel plus Alistar, both very viable at the moment, so plenty of bottom lane champions to go along with the Kai'Sa here. They're not worried about support getting banned out, and Cloud9 will just lock in old reliable here, the Orianna.
Cloud9 has about the most, like, if you asked an AI robot to draft a team comp in League of Legends and it would just pick the most common champion names on the internet, it would pick Renekton and Sejuani and Orianna. And I'm not trying to flame the Cloud9 draft or anything saying a robot could do it. I'm just saying these are the most common champions ever.
Well, yeah, Ivan, yesterday they also had Emenes on the Tristana. He just completely popped off. So this is definitely a very different look for him, right? A lot more utility coming from the C9 mid lane and the top side of the map. The Rel is banned out. One of the more scary ones with Kai'Sa, just because Rel is so powerful right now, rising above the other engaged supports. We'll see if they do follow it up with like the Nautilus or something, or if they feel like Rel is the only one in the tier above that and all the rest are not as noteworthy.
And I like the ban on the Xayah there. You're talking about diving in with Neeko and Kai'Sa. Xayah's really good at outplaying dive, getting herself away to safety, so Immortals want to make sure that Berserker can't just have that get out of jail free card there on the ultimate.
Yeah, our good old Xayah and Kai'Sa meta has come full circle all the way back.
Right back here.
From Worlds. Imagine us right back here.
Yeah,
Rumble,
who would have thought?
Who would have thought? Rumble banned out as well here, so there is going to be no solo aggression. I feel like solo's pretty much perma tank duty though, so that ban is a little extraneous in my opinion, and just in case Immortals want to get a little crazy, I guess, and go double AP solo laners. I feel like the chances of that actually getting picked if it wasn't banned, though, are super low.
They are low, but in respect to the ban, I do want to remind everybody that Renektons have been getting cooked by Rumbles over the past couple of days. So maybe it's just a, hey, Fudge, we're just trying to make your life a little bit easier here.
We're like, you're 98% sure Solo's going to go tank. We'll just make that 99.5.
Plus, we heard yesterday when Cloud9 was doing their Analyst Lounge segment, they don't care about helping Fudge. So if they have to put him in a matchup like versus Rumble and he's just going to get beat over and over, they don't want that to happen. They want to at least just be able to leave him alone all game responsibly.
So what I'm taking away from this is actually today, they care a little bit enough to ban the Rumble for him. So that's
more than you normally get.
Exactly. Improvement. Small baby steps, Flowers. And there you go. We say tank for Solo, you get tank for Solo. Locks in the Malphite, plus that Nautilus we have been going over. So straight up what we expect from Immortals here, following on those first 3 picks, doubling down on hard engage. Treatz and Solo going to be able to set things up with Bolulu. Full-on dive comp. This is hot off the presses here from Immortals. That's what you want to see if you're trying to make a big move. Full dive comp and just send it. Full send, try and get some kills on those Cloud9 members. See if you can get those juicy backliners. Both Orianna and Aphelios do not have escapes of their own, so they're going to be reliant on their front line to peel. Zven picking up the Braum has been so good. Braum is just such a good 5-on-5 support here, providing so much peel, so much defense. And it's going to be on him to stop the big dive.
I love Braum as a counter-engage mechanism into these types of comps, especially when you're dealing with multiple melee enemy champions. The Malphite, you've got the Viego in the jungle, tagging everybody up with that stacking debuff, making it so easy for everybody else to just control those targets as they try to fly in. I'm loving it.
I'm loving it too. Apply that passive to everybody as they're coming in. You got the Freljord bonus with Sejuani as well. Stuns all around to protect the valuable carries. Berserker, see if he can carry this one for Cloud9 and keep their own little win streak budding here. See if they can put 2-2 together so they can get back on track and catch evil geniuses.
Yeah, that's the big thing.
Their loss.
With EG losing there, Cloud9 now has the opportunity to once again tie up for that first place spot. Big deal here for them as Immortals are out onto the Rift looking to put an end to the loss streak so that Jat does not have to make any more confusing videos.
30 seconds until
Now Cloud9, they're not going to do anything too special at all here at level 1.
Yeah, you wait for it. Braum level 1.
It is scary stuff.
Intimidating supports in the game. The Q, the passive, the slow, the stuns. He can do it all.
Very adept. Just one man with a big old shield. So much skill in one small package.
Zven himself, of course, being a
rather tall person.
Very tall package.
Look, it's a level 1. There's nothing going on right now. This is about the best you can go for. There's not a whole lot to talk about.
He's not going to recover from that one, though.
Nope.
Both Immortal solo laners getting free 100 HP trades to start it out, Flowers. That loss streak is as good as over.
Potion only heals 150. That's 2/3 of a potion. That's 33 gold. Yeah, I had to think about that for a second. I almost said the wrong number.
Great stuff. We're getting a pull down for the bottom lane. So Sejuani was hovering towards a Raptor side start, but actually ends up starting on bottom side with a full leash from Berserker and Zven. So Blaber's getting the full leash treatment here, even though he is on Sejuani. I want to see how this accelerated Sejuani jungle path up from bottom actually culminates towards the Renekton, because I've talked about Sejuani Renekton pairing probably 30 times in the last couple of weeks, with this being one of the most picked duos for jungle top. But very rarely do they ever send resources on up there and actually make use of the super quick stun stacking. But Blaber, of course, will be ending his route on the top side of the map, and he is definitely one as a huge fan of the full clears. Leaves the second little Werf. He doesn't even want to turn around and give it an auto.
The puppy survives.
What?
For now.
No love?
Nope. He's
the abandoned dog here, running back to the... He's got to have a dive. He must have a dive timing he's trying to work on for Renekton there then.
I guess. There's got to be some reason. Normally you just turn around and slap it. Ooh, Emenes, speaking of getting slapped, Bolulu messing him up here
Yeah,
early on.
wants that dive timing. We
All
get
right.
to see it. Some top lane focus flowers.
Let's go! Blaber's coming up to help Fudge. And they get the dive here on solo. Arctic Assault connects. W2! Finally your taxes, buddy. It's first blood. Back over to C9.
This is why we lay the groundwork, Flowers. You talk about Sejuani Renekton for 30 games straight, and they finally actually play to it. The dive for Cloud9 is successful. Now the dive for Immortals is going to be successful. There's no way you're living that.
Emenes decided to try to stand and fight to see if he could buy enough time for his team to show up and turn the play around, but he was such low HP. Immortals just kills him and exits stage left.
I like it. Action-packed from the very beginning. Back-to-back dives. Immortals not going to be caught sleeping here. They answer immediately back. They get the kill onto Emenes in the mid lane, and it goes into Kenvi's pockets. He has definitely been a player for Immortals that has been underperforming due to, or compared to the expectations that were set for him. But now on Viego with an early kill, it's definitely a champion that, especially once you can get to an early level 6 off of that kill, maybe he can start to take over. Maybe he can start to win some skirmishes for this Immortals team, because they have a very straightforward composition to play. Very clear dive win conditions. And the early snowball, maybe they can keep it going.
And I like what you bring up about Kenvi not meeting those expectations, because for me, when I'm looking at Immortals and I'm trying to figure out what the cause of the problems is for this 9-game loss streak, I think Kenvi is one of the players who could use the most improvement. He's not had a lot of good games so far, not a lot of standout performances, and if he can shore up some of those weaknesses, really hit his stride, find a way to play the game more successfully than he's been finding here this first half of Summer Split, then maybe Immortals can get that success. But hey, still plenty more they're going to have to figure out to take down Cloud9 in this one, as Blaber's going to show up here in the bottom lane. And as soon as that control ward is placed down by Treatz, it is immediately converted into gold for the side of Cloud9.
Yeah, a lot of bottom side control here. And with the wave pushing towards Cloud9, that darkness makes it really scary for Immortals. You're going to see now Tactical and Treatz cautiously trying to pay enough respect to the Sejuani while still trying to like throw out W's, still trying to get the little last hits here without having to burn anything. Yeah, he's so scared, couldn't even go up and get that one. Berserker scaring him off it. Zven threatening the jump here as well. And they have to wait for Kenvi to come all the way over and give them the assurance that the dark and scary fog of war is not home to a Sejuani.
And he'll do just that. Kenvi lets him know. Okay, so now Tactical and Treatz are feeling a little bit better about it. Blaber pathing back up towards the top half of the map now. You can see that his presence up there in the top lane has not gone unnoticed. Even though Fudge was not the recipient of the kill there in that dive, he is up a couple of waves of farm over solo here on the Renekton versus Malphite matchup. Now, of course, playing Malphite, as long as your R key is not broken, you will have presence in the game.
Oh man, they're gonna return to it too, Blaber.
Are they going to make a liar out of me? Are they going to bully Malphite so hard he's not even allowed to play League of Legends? No, sir, it's actually Solo getting the kill first there from the turret aggro. Blaber nearly gives over a double, 17 HP left on the Sejuani. Cloud9 have a mission in mind, but it's getting a little dicey.
Yeah, almost giving back the double kill there. Tiny bit more, and Immortals would have been super happy with that. Solo at least getting one counter kill for himself while his team is able to get the cross-map dragon here. So they pick up the objective in the aftermath, and while Cloud9 seem like they are on a mission to give Fudge some love after the interview yesterday and top lane being ignored, that might not be the best path toward victory now. But they do have the level 6 advantage on Malphite, so they're going to get this kill. Solo's able to get the flash away from the extra bit of Blaber damage there at least, and buys enough time to get one. A little bit more minion damage than that. It could have been 2 there, but not quite. They also got a turret plate while going for the dive there, so a little bit of extra money on the dive for Cloud9, and while Fudge still has not gotten the last hit, is going to be ahead still pretty significantly. Plus, he started with that early coal, 66 stacks left on that.
Plus, the other cost of having Blaber go back up into the top half of the map yet again here nice and early on is Kenvi was able to take the Drake for free down in the bottom half of the map. 7 minutes into the game, that's an early mountain Drake for Immortals. They're happy to have that. If nothing else, it'll make it so Cloud9 can't have some early Drake stacking win condition that Immortals will have to answer before they're ready. But like you already talked about earlier, it's a straightforward Immortals comp. They want to dive, they want to fight, they want to do it as a team. So hopefully they can get to the point where when it is time for those objective fights here in a little bit, they're ready to go.
Yeah, and we'll see about this, how the side lanes play out too. If this investment in Fudge does mean for Cloud9 later on, he's able to get the early push out and then roam over to the rest of the team to set themselves up with some advantageous objectives. If not, then we'll go back to plan B. Just protect Berserker. You can always count on him. And right now, they're just farming away on the bottom side of the map. Looks like we will get at least a Zven roam and a bit of a half roam here. Berserker going to follow too for the Rift Herald. So looks like it will be the full commitment up here, at least to the mid lane.
Treatz goes in after Zven. I don't think he was expecting Berserker to be right there too, but Kenvi right behind him means that no real concern for the Immortals.
What's HP on Herald right now? Because they've been on it for a while. Yeah.
Nearly dead.
All right, HP gone.
0.
So all they needed was the roam up. Now we check the bottom tower. That wave getting up to the turret. Not even close. So Cloud9, they don't drop anything as of yet in exchange for the power play upriver to guarantee Rift Herald for themselves. And as long as Berserker doesn't get dove here with Kenvi leaving, Cloud9 give up nothing, and they're able to get that Rift Herald no problem. They had invested a lot towards top side, had gotten Fudge well ahead, and they're able to utilize that. They capitalize. Rift Herald picked up for themselves, even though, of course, Immortals had that early dragon on the other side. This is going to help Cloud9 with the snowball.
Ooh, Fudge going in after Solo, forces him to use that unstoppable force. The other direction means that even if he tries to teleport into a play here in the next 45 seconds or so, once those teleports become unleashed, he's not going to have the impact that he would like to have. Still nothing really to fight for, though, very soon, probably until that ult's back up anyway, just because there's no Drake for 2 minutes. The Herald just got taken. We'll see where exactly Blaber and Cloud9 want to drop that. I expect they'll probably just save it until the Drake spawns and then use it as a distraction, as we often see. Kenvi at level 7, Blaber at level 7. Blaber actually back in the lead in terms of farm here in the jungle, as Bolulu will just leave that little baby recall thingy. I don't know what the name of it actually is.
The clone recall trick.
Yeah, the clone recall trick. I don't know if there's actually supposed to be a name for it, but if there is, I don't know, because Neeko's banned in every game, so it's one of those champions that I unfortunately don't have all of the lingo down for.
Well, yeah, you either spam the recall or the taunt or dance move to be able to have that animation play, and then the clone just lasts longer there.
Right.
And the term for it, the technical term, is annoying.
Okay, that's what I was looking for, actually. Thank you. But Neeko is the X factor for Immortals in this game. This is a champion that, for a lot of teams, you don't really have any experience playing against because it's just perma-ban list. Every single team bans this champion every single game. You pointed out during draft how Cloud9 chose to focus on the target bans specifically in a metagame where often red side feels heavily taxed to get rid of the OPs, and that means they're playing against one of those rare OPs here. Remember that earlier on this split in the first round robin, C9 was one of the 2 teams that did get to play it themselves.
Always count your minions when Neeko's in the game. Make sure there's not an extra little one following through. And it is worth noting, too, that the Neeko got slightly nerfed on this patch. The Q as well as the ult getting some slight touches. But like we said, with the amount of extra engage on Immortals, I don't think the ult nerf is really going to matter, being able to see her a little bit earlier, since they do have Malphite and Nautilus to start out the engages too, and it's just going to be a full dive for them. And we'll see about this 4-on-3.
Kind of weird.
Don't like those numbers.
Sending 4 melee minions. Oh! Berserker trying to get away, but he will not flash out in time. Pop Blossom, Bolulu got him. Nicely done from Immortals, picking off the Cloud9 AD carry.
Yeah, nerf on that ult. Don't care. Still with the flash answer, they get the pick. Rift Herald used in mid anyway for Cloud9, so they still get that turret play money onto Blaber. Doesn't matter that nobody's close around. The jungler will always be guaranteed the plate money if nobody else is there to soak it, and they're gonna fight.
Yeah, C9 saying, all right, you guys committed some resources killing off Berserker. Maybe we can get the fight now, and Emenes just explodes Kenvi, but now Zven gets traded back as Bolulu joins the fight. Emenes and Blaber in retreat as Immortals have a 3v2. Emenes flashes away from the dredge line and barely escapes the end of the hitbox.
Okay, Cloud9 have stopped the dragon, and Berserker's back and alive. Blaber over the top here.
Lulu in some trouble, disrespectfully walking right in front of the Cloud9 mid-jungle duo. What?
So Immortals tried to make this dragon play through bottom side. They make their successful gank. They dive onto Berserker. They get the kill, but then transitioning over, they gave up all of the mid push. And so Cloud9 got a bunch of money off Rift Herald charge, plus 2 straggling kills. And it looks like off the reset from Berserker coming back from dying, they will also get the Dragonflowers. Despite all of this starting out off of a successful Immortals tower dive, it is Cloud9 that reap the rewards.
Bolulu wants that one back. I'll tell you that right now. Just walking through that little pathway next to the Raptor camp, giving over that free kill at the end of all of that. Feels bad, man, but Fudge will just go back to farming underneath this tier 1 turret here. Solo at least picks up a single turret plate before the plates fall here in about 35 seconds or so. Has the Sunfire Aegis completed, so not nearly as scared of the Croc as he used to be. Patience. Plus 3,000 gold for C9. Immortals looking to even that out a little bit further here as Berserker has to get away. The Heartbreaker from Kenvi sets it up for Tactical to find the first kill. Zven retreats in time back underneath the tier 1, so it will not be more than just that single kill going over to IMT, but Tactical's looking for some plate money.
And they want to teleport behind here from Cloud9. They want to catch some extra kills on the way out again.
All right, Fudge factor coming in big. Tactical, very low. He knows he's dead no matter what. And Fudge is looking to lock down Treatz and make sure it's not just one for the side of Cloud9. They'll get both enemy bottom laners, and C9 goes up 6-5.
Again, another Cloud9 collapse. In the end, they get the last laugh. Blaber with the flash there on the W from Sejuani to guarantee he gets slow on both, and they're going to be able to pick up both kills with the commitment of their solo laners here. Really nice answers from Cloud9 to every move that Immortals have made. But still, with a 9-loss streak for Immortals, I'm really happy to see them sticking to their game plan. It's full dive comp. Guess what? They keep full diving Berserker, and they've gotten him twice at least.
And I just want to point out for anybody that didn't notice it on the left side of the screen right there, Blaber is the richest player on Summoner's Rift right now, 3-0-3 on Sejuani, full kill participation, half of the kills are on him. He has 2 fully completed items before any of the carries in the game do. Sunfire plus the Radiant Virtue, both already done. Viego's got Trinity Force and a rock. Slayer for Kai'Sa and Aphelios both.
And Viego's a better off than most of his teammates here. Look at mid lane. Bolulu's got a bunch of pieces that he found on the street.
Just picking up junk off the sidewalk. Man, C9 and Blaber in particular in a really good spot here to keep the momentum going. 15 minutes into the game, still 3 minutes until that next Drake spawns. Rift Herald number 2 is alive and well. And if you're Immortals, man, contesting any of these neutral objectives means having to get through the brick wall that is Blaber Sejuani. But a nice engage coming out from Bolulu yet again. This time it's going to be a shutdown on Emenes to start things off. Immortals still looking for more. The 4-man crew, they're going to get through that brick wall.
Raid boss down!
Wreck them, baby. The raid boss is gone. And Immortals are ready to pick up some loot.
Dive, 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 Flowers. And they're sticking to that game plan. Immortals, again, they see one of those backline carries. Emenes, no flash, instantly dead. They make good on their dive. They turn it into an actual objective this time around, and they don't critically give some straggler kills over to Cloud9 in the aftermath. All right, that Rift Herald should be able to allow them to start pushing down some towers as well.
Yeah.
Maybe Immortals can actually start something here. Cloud9, though, still very comfortably ahead. Only reason we're getting real excited for Immortals is because they're on a 9-game loss streak, and
yeah, man, I'm gonna give them some credit. That was good. Neeko just snuck up there, punched Emenes in the mouth, and then they got another kill afterwards and took an objective. That's damn good.
Yeah, let's take a look at that punch.
Punch a minion.
Unassuming minion coming down the line. A boom! A surprise! It's not a minion, and he's down. Then after that, we see how tanky Blaber is, but even as you mentioned, he was so rich, has all these completed items, has the healing going from his Radiant Virtue, and it doesn't matter. With 4 members of Immortals, they're able to burn through him as well. So getting the extra kill after that, as well as the Rift Herald, actually gives you some comeback hopes there for Immortals.
1v4 is tough numbers, man. You can have all kinds of items. 1v4 is going to put you in a rough spot most times in a game of League of Legends. 2,000 gold still, the lead for C9. Sounds pretty good 17 minutes into the game, but it sounds a lot worse than the 4K that they were up just a couple of minutes ago. Less than 60 seconds now until our third Drake of the game spawns. Teams currently tied 1-1, so nobody's super on track for a soul just yet. And it's Chemtech soul, which most teams I mean, let's just be
they're gonna
honest.
dive again, Flowers.
They don't care about it as much.
They open
Bolulu's
up the
over wall.
playbook.
He's ready to go. Berserker already flashed. Solo's over the wall. Bolulu's over the other one. Berserker's gonna be the target. And Immortals just collapse. Cloud9 is crushed. And there's no way for him to fight back against that kind of a trigger pull. Solo finally drops, but now Emenes is in danger. He's got to cut away back to Fudge, who shows up in the Ruthless Predator. The slice, the dice. He picks up Kenvi, and Tactical and Treatz have to try to kite it out. Treatz with a nice retreat there through the dredge line, as Emenes is still providing damage from range. Tactical flashes back over the wall, trying to stay alive, but Emenes has the ball delivery ready to go. Blaber ain't done yet either, as he continues charging forward. Get him, Piggy, ride forward, but it won't quite happen anymore.
That's one angry pig right there, but not going to be able to get any more. Cloud9, at least they stopped the bleeding, though. That was another successful dive from Immortals until they're trying to escape from the tower dive, and Cloud9 collapse. Fudge pays the team back for their investment in him earlier. He comes through with the flash play. They pick up the extra kills, and they stop this roll from Immortals from getting out of control. Fudge also going to be able to pick up the isolated tower up there. More money onto the Renekton. Here's another look at it. You open up the playbook here. The title of the playbook for Immortals is Dive. Page number 1 is Dive. The full table of contents, dive, 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 dive. And so you know what they're going to go for.
Oh, and now Cloud9's looking to turn it around right back onto IMT. Solo will get focused down first. I don't see any way he's out of that one. No, sir. Blaber picks up his 5th kill of the game, maintains 100% kill participation, and with Immortals having lost their main front line, they do not want to approach the Drake any further. The bottom lane tier 1 falls. That is the final tier 1 turret that Cloud9 needed to pick up in this game. They're going to get that Drake on top of it. They're back up to nearly a 5,000 gold lead. I'm loving what I'm seeing from Immortals in terms of the fact that they're not giving up and just rolling over. They're ready to continue trying over and over again, but Cloud9 keeps getting the better of them.
Yeah, Cloud9 have decided to take the initiative themselves, creating the play here by Dragon, charging them through. Blaber is able to pick up the Raptors as well in the aftermath, so that's 2 Dragons and a 5,000 gold lead now for Cloud9, stabilizing quite easily here out of that replay. I want to see how it exactly started up, but good initiation from them on the bottom side, chasing through. Everybody burning flashes, though, so next fight is also going to be explosive. We'll see about the survivability when you don't have extra summoner spells. All right,
Let's take another look at this.
Oh, it was a turbo blast cone.
Yeah.
We start and you see Blaber in the air. That's a turbo blast cone on the war pig coming through. Zven got in there in the river, got that Braum passive down, and got the flying pig for the extra support, though. Thank you, observers, for catching that one. Zven now.
Speaking of catches, it's Treatz looking to go in, but Zven is not a good target. Solo may be able to follow up here. Blaber still on the front line. Nice double ulti from Emenes, and Bolulu's killed before he can pop that blossom. Kenvi has to retreat as Solo now buys some time with the unstoppable force. Blaber continues the chase. Emenes right next to him to provide the damage. Treatz will have to drop here too as Immortals lose 3. Their jungler's got 20% health, and C9's got eyes locked on Baron.
Yeah, Cloud9 say your fun is over now, Immortals. Our turn to end it, and we're only a minute past the spawn of Baron here. Already going to be able to take this one up. Another big pick. Zven, they thought they could go on the Braum. That is, in the history of League of Legends, one of the very worst champions to ever start a fight on. And when you also have this turbo-fed Sejuani, the front line of Cloud9 is the beefiest of front lines.
3 fully completed items now with the Abyssal Mask being purchased. And let's take another look here at what Immortals thought they found.
So Zven wandering through. Blaber wandering through. Ah, it's just me, a lonely Braum. Puts up the wall just in time, though. The Unbreakable blocks most things, and then Blaber hitting the ultimate. But you highlighted it. Emenes comes in. Shockwave, boom. That's the fight is just over. Bolulu gets annihilated. Shockwave damage on Bolulu and Kenvi, they were so low. Fudge was able to come in and finish them off.
Now I have to wonder, can Immortals hold on against the Cloud9 Baron push? Plus 7,500 gold. Baron buff available for more than 2 minutes remaining on that timer. This is tough stuff for Immortals to try to weather the storm here, but that's the only thing they can do. Emenes is going to push up the mid lane wave as Fudge and Berserker escort the bottom lane wave to collide with the enemy tier 3 turrets at the same time, making sure they maintain multiple points of pressure, pulling Immortals back and forth between these lanes as Blaber and Zven once again frontlining. Emenes takes a little damage. but he does not care. Blaber soaking all sorts of hits, but he still disengages in time. Now Zven stuck in the front. He's gonna drop, and Fudge is soaking the damage next. Kenvi has to try to get away, and he'll survive for now. A shutdown back of a tactical as he picks up Fudge. It's a 2-0 for IMT. C9 broke into the base, but their assault ends there.
Cloud9, they do have to give up on the retreat here. A good push from Immortals to make good again on a dive, getting 2 kills for themselves, but Cloud9 were able to successfully increase their lead and push through. Now the mid inhibitor is exposed. Once they get their respawns, they can return to the pushing. Immortals, though, like you already pointed out, love that they're still looking for the angles. Tactical, he has flash.
Oh, just gonna disengage there. Good enough so far, but Blaber's not done. Shockwave sets it up. Emenes picking up another kill there, nice and easy. Double when you add Treatz into the mix. C9 now with a 5v3. I think they walk it down mid.
Blaber, riding on the most menacing pig you've ever seen, walks up to your AD carry and slaps him. What do you do, Flowers?
You just say, thank you, Mr. Piggy. I'll see you next game. It's looking like this one's just about done. C9 picking up mid lane inhib now. Not going to force this any further. Instead, just backing away. Baron only around for another 20 seconds. Tactical and Treatz both respawning in under 10. We got a Drake about to make its way onto the Rift here in 30.
All right. I'm going to... Well, actually, Immortals really... Again, they really only have the one shot, and it's trying to make a huge all-in dive play onto Cloud9 while they're trying to go over to the objective. So while Dragon number 3 is not the greatest, the game might just even get worse from here anyway, with Cloud9 having full control of the map and be able to starve you out. It looks like they're just camping topside, trying to maybe get an objective bounty off this top turret.
Yep.
The thing is pretty low, so even with the backdoor bonus, I feel like you just bring Malphite and have everybody shove that thing down, get an objective bounty for yourselves, and hope that that is going to be enough money to try and make another successful dive play. Because we did see at the gates, at least,
yeah,
they're still able to kill people that they can catch with their ultimate combo, you know, the Neeko into the Malphite.
Well, C9 is pushing up that bottom lane next. Berserker's not here. Fudge is not here. Fudge can join with the Unleashed TP whenever he needs to. Berserker is off in La La Land, though. He's just pushing up mid, picking up some more of those resources. Still only 2 fully completed items on the Aphelios. You can see Tactical has 3 there on his Kai'Sa. I'm expecting Berserker to have a lot of money in pocket, and he's probably just finishing up whatever he needs to buy a fully completed item once he faces.
Yeah, I mean, Berserker is kind of chilling. He's like, you know what, Blaber, you could go ahead and carry this one. You've got enough damage with a Sunfire, Abyssal, Amp, right? Yeah, good enough. Emenes is hitting all the shockwaves, so should be enough.
So many games where Berserker just shows up and cleans house and he feels like this inevitability. I feel like I can give him this game.
Yeah.
Where he's got 20% kill participation, no kills, 3 deaths.
Take a day off, buddy.
He's just kind of chill. Yeah, Berserker's on vacation in this one, and it's Fudge and Blaber doing a lot of work. Emenes too. Speaking of Emenes, he's getting chased down by Solo, but I don't think Emenes is the one who's really in trouble in this 1v1.
And I'm out. But you did nothing.
Yeah, exactly. It's the anime guy disappears meme. Now, C9,
He did get some slaps in, though.
Yeah, he got a couple of good slaps. I mean, Emenes lost almost half his health there.
Yeah, I will say, though, Blaber deserves a lot of credit, obviously. You know, everybody's already well aware, but 100% kill participation for him so far in this game. You know, the only one to have that. And of course, you can see it in the items. Super rich Sejuani all over the place. He's been the one that actually makes it really easy for Emenes to hit a lot of these shockwaves, too.
Yep.
So, huge credit to them here, and we'll see if they can return to Baron number 2. 27 seconds on the clock, Flowers, please. And we'll see about the extra wards in a blue quadrant of the jungle leading up to it, just to make Immortals' job that much more difficult.
All right, I think if you're Immortals, you just, you know, you full send it here.
Yeah.
It's a Hail Mary play. Even if it's got a 2% chance of working, you just throw everything into the Baron pit.
And we throw it not on Zven and not on Blaber. Anybody else is on your screen, send. Full send.
I don't know about Fudge either, man. He's got Sterix and a stopwatch. I feel like we need to throw it on Emenes, and only Emenes, because Berserker also doesn't really matter. So Okay, but maybe it's a little bit harder than I might have thought it would have been at first, as Kenvi instantly loses half of his HP to a shockwave combo there from Orianna. Baron's already dead before Immortals can even make it into the scene. Emenes is targeted there by the ulti coming out from Treatz, but it won't matter. There's no follow-up. A nice use of the stasis as Fudge cuts down Tactical. Blaber's leading the charge, and Solo's stunned up. Kenvi can't deal with the piggy, and now he's got to use the Heartbreaker back over the wall. He just brings C9 to his own teammate. Kenvi has condemned Treatz to die with him, as Immortals will all get wiped off the map. There goes the Nautilus. Zven ends up picking up the kill credit there with the Ignite. Kenvi's trying to run away, make it so they can't have the ace, but C9 is already onto the Nexus
Zven's
turret.
hunting him still. He
doesn't want to let him go. He's going after Viego, and honestly, I think Braum wins these. The Nexus is dropping. The Glacial
1v1.
Fissure. Get him. Oh, no. Blaber ruins the honorable combat, and C9 takes the game.
I kind of wanted to see that.
Yeah.
That's like an A-Ram where you're waiting for your rest of your team to respawn. Come on. Don't end. Cloud9 though. Nice stuff from them. Even in the face of some pretty good dives from Immortals, you know, they draft full dive, they execute some plays for themselves. You like the looks. They're trying to end their big loss streak. Fortunately from them, they come up against Cloud9, one of the giants in the LCS at the moment.
Yeah.
And they simply cannot complete. Cloud9 very happy to get that one. Lock it out here with another win.
Exactly. Cloud9 now going to once again tie for first place up there with Evil Geniuses after they lost their game earlier today. And it means that, hey, the LCS is still up for grabs there in the first place spot. Immortals sadly sliding to 10 in a row now in terms of losses. Still trying to figure out what works. I liked the signs of life that we got here in this one, but I think you said it best. It's just tragic that we had to see it up against one of those top of the table teams. I think if you're pulling off dives like that and having that coordination against some of the lower level, even some of the mid-level teams, Immortals can find a dub there. And I hope that that's one of the lessons that they take away from this and they continue trying to play aggressive.
I want to see damage champions for this Sejuani. For Blaber.
That Sejuani was scary, man. And hey, a reminder to everybody out there, tickets are officially on sale for the LCS Championship in Newark, New Jersey on August 19th and 20th. That's coming up pretty soon, about a month and a half away. Head on over to Ticketmaster.com right now to claim your spot. And now it's time to join Mark and Emenes on stage for the Verizon post-game interview.
Hey guys, I'm standing by here with Emenes. Congrats on the win.
Yeah, well, unfortunately, we win.
Yeah, very sad about that. As you know, I predicted Immortals to beat you. Why did you win?
I mean, just for you.
I don't like this gift. I want to return it back. Why'd you pick Orianna?
Kind of just for fun. Just, you know.
You couldn't have troll draft a little harder for me?
Yeah, I mean, I just hate boring games, so I pick Orianna for fans.
Yeah, it was a really fun game. How are you guys feeling now, winning another game? Happy with yourself?
I mean, I will not feel anything, but you feel sad, so probably you're feeling good.
Yeah, as long as I'm sad. Well, I don't know the next game you lose, but I hope it's really soon.
Yeah. Well, I will keep play for win for someone's sad.
I can't wait for you to lose. Yeah. Thank you for the interview. That's going to do it for us here. TL vs 100 Thieves is next, but APA's parents had some kind words for their son. Take a listen.
Hey Ian, just wanted to say how proud of you we are and how much support that you have. Of course from us, obviously, but the amount of love and support that you have from all over the world and how many messages we got in person, absolutely insane. But you completely killed it yesterday and we are so very proud of you. And
very proud.
We will be there for an LCS game. We promise. We love you.
Yep.
Who said you can't teach an old dog new tricks?
Typical beginner's mistake.
Yes, they all start from the outside.
So, will we help him?
What else? Here, try it with Red Bull.
Red Bull gives you wings.